Welcome to Ray's Reality. It's me, Ray. It's me again, talking to myself, because nobody's listening. Nobody's really listening. Nobody really is listening out there at all. Nobody at all. Nobody at all. Let's just turn the music off, because nobody's listening to that either. I'm back. Doing what I'd like to do, talk to myself. So, it's cracking me up right now. To show you, to explain to you how much our world is full of such pansies anymore. I mean, seriously, what is going on? Got my handy dandy stuff down here. So, Florida, Clearwater, Florida, has a weather advisory in effect until sometime tomorrow. It's from right now. Well, actually, it's from 4 a.m. tomorrow morning until like 4 p.m. or something like that. And then we get another weather advisory, where we have a weather advisory in Clearwater, Florida. And Florida has a weather advisory. Meanwhile, it's snowing, sleeting, icing, California's on fire, all these other things are happening, but can't leave us out, Florida. Can't leave us out. We got to have a weather advisory. The National Weather Service has issued a weather advisory for the Clearwater, St. Pete area in Pinellas County, Florida. This weather advisory will be in effect until 4 p.m. Monday. This is due to cold weather coming into the Pinellas County area on the Gulf of Mexico. Your highs will only be tomorrow, Monday. It's going to be a frigid 54 degrees for the high and low of 44 degrees. Tuesday, expect some rain. 56 is the high, 42 is the low. Wednesday, it's the same. Thursday, same. Friday, it's going to warm up a little bit. It's going to be 58. Still low of 41. Saturday, high of 63. Low of 48. And Sunday, it's going to be cloudy, but high of 72. Low of 53. But we have a weather advisory right here. We're all going to die. We're going to freeze to death. So I keep telling people, they don't believe me. Water in Florida freezes at 55 degrees. Yeah, they don't, the weatherman is seriously talking about snow flurries. So I'm telling you that this is, our highs for the next, 4 days, 5 days are going to be in the 50s as the highs and lows in the 40s. And we have a weather advisory out. That goes to show you how much we're just a bunch of pansies anymore. We're just a bunch of sissy pansies. I mean, seriously, man. I remember when I was a kid. Here we go. I'm an old man. I'm 50 years old. And that's not old. 50 is not old. I don't know. I do know some people that are younger than me that are much older than I am, if that makes any sense. But, I mean, seriously. When I was a kid, I lived in Detroit, Michigan, and I lived in Detroit, and I also lived in Cleveland for a while, and I can tell you, I did move to Northern Kentucky as well for a little bit in between those two, and that was a whole different life of there. People in Northern Kentucky are, if they suggest it's going to snow within 100 miles of Cincinnati, they panic. They go out shopping, and they will be indoors for months because, oh my gosh, it's snowing somewhere else. They will shut down the entire Northern Kentucky area. It will It is a madhouse. Nothing. They will close and if it talks about snow flurries somewhere, and I am not joking when I say this, in northern Kentucky, if it flurries just a slight bit where you can't even see it on the ground, they close everything. Schools are canceled. They shut down. And then the great part about it is that the lovely part, the wonderful part that I love is afterwards, because people don't show up for work for a week, then they complain about their paycheck. Well, I didn't get paid. Well, you weren't at work. Well, what am I going to do? I don't know. Go to work, stupid. I can't get out of my driveway because there's a snowflake next door. And I'm not talking about the person. There's an actual snowflake. It's frozen on the ground in my neighbor's driveway. I can't get out of my driveway. Well, that's your neighbor's. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There was a snowflake. I seen it. We can't leave. We'll all die. So, I mean, I've never seen anything like that before in my life, ever. It's amazing. When I first moved to Kentucky, well, actually, I actually moved back there again the second time around. It snowed. I showed up at work, and there was a note on the door saying closed due to weather. So I'm like, I took the note off the door, drove to the manager's house, gave it to him, and said, I get paid for the day because I showed up for work. I got paid for every day because I showed up for work. I can't, if you're closing, I'm still getting paid. And then I started working for another company. And we sat down and signed a contract. I was the only employee in the building that was getting paid to be there when it snowed because I was the only one showing up. There was security there 24 hours a day, so I was able to go into work. So I would go to work and I would work. And I was the only person working besides the security guards. But they also agreed that I only had to show up for 4 hours and then they would pay me for 8. That was pretty awesome. I like that. That was pretty good. That was a good thing. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I need something here. I'm dying. I got the heat on. It's killing me. It's drying my eyeballs out. My eyeballs are on fire. It's like, holy cow, that's some heat putting out there. But yeah, we signed a contract, and I was the only person out of all the employees. I forget, we had 3 shifts. I was the only one getting paid to be there if it snowed, because I showed up. I didn't care if there was 5 feet of snow on the ground, I was going to work. I needed a paycheck. I needed the money, so I was going to be at work. Nothing was stopping me. So what I was going to get at was when I was in Detroit, growing up in Detroit, we very rarely had a snow day. We usually, during January, when it would get real cold, it had to be like 3 degrees or 6 degrees below zero. Then we'd get like a 2-hour delay. And I think the snow had to exceed, I think it was 6 inches on the streets before they closed school. 6 inches. That's when I was a kid. Cleveland was the same. I remember going to work one day. There was a foot of snow on the ground. And I went to work. And I was sitting there watching plow trucks go by. Nobody was, people weren't showing up, but, no customers, nothing. But I showed up for work. I'm getting paid to be there. So I just can't, but it cracks me up. I'm surprised. Well, it is funny because I will say this, because here in Florida, I actually met a woman. Not going to call her out, but anyways, a woman here in Florida, in Clearwater. Mind you, her office, she could see her house from her office. She lived 5 houses down across the street from her office. If it was going to rain, she wouldn't go to work. She would close down the office because it was raining, because it might thunderstorm. It's like, well, your office is a much safer place to be than your your travel trailer that you're staying in, your RV. Trust me, it is. But yeah, she would literally, because it was going to rain. This is during the summertime. It's 90 degrees outside, and we're going to have afternoon thunder showers. She would close for the entire day because, well, it might rain. People just, it's amazing the stuff that people do. It blows my mind. It's like when the stupid news, the ignorance of all the crybabies and the little, just all the ignorance. And like I said, the crying, oh my gosh. It's overwhelming. It is overwhelming. It's incredible. That's not what I'm talking about today. But anyways, it's overwhelming. I'm just amazed. It blows my mind with all this, the stupidity and all this stuff that people, oh my gosh, we have a weather advisory in Florida and it's 50 degrees. In Cleveland, when the temperature's 46 or low for this evening, people in Cleveland and Chicago and Michigan will be in shorts because that's summertime. You will see people in shorts. People from Chicago come down to Florida right now this time of year. The high is 55 and the lows in the 40s. You know they're from Chicago or Canada or Michigan because they're swimming in the water. They're in the ocean swimming. So we can pick them out. Hey, look at that. Now we know where they're from. Yeah, this is warm. This is summertime. They're coming down here thinking, man, we just left 3-degree temperatures. This is awesome. We're wearing shorts and flip-flops. So it's crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Quit your crying, man. So Florida gets on my nerves. I love living here, but the thing that gets on my nerves here is they always got something. It's like they're missing out on the weather. We get enough weather. They cry when it's hot. They cry when it's cold. They cry that nobody's happy here. So people move to Florida, and I don't know exactly what they think. They move to Florida. They come down here on vacation, and they love it. And then they say, well, we're moving to Florida. So they move down here, and when they get down here, then all they do is complain about how hot it is. Well, you knew that when you came here in July, stupid. And it stays warm most of the time, most of the year. Right now is our winter, and it's going to last a week or two, and then it's going to be over. We're going to be back up to 70s and 80s, and we'll be fine. But it's January this time of year. We usually get about a week or two of cold spurts, But it just, the people that don't move down here, don't move to Florida if you're going to sit and cry about the weather. I moved down here to Florida because I wanted to see it 95 degrees every day. I wanted to see it, in the 80s in February. That's what I wanted. And that's why I am here, because I love the weather. I love the weather here in Florida. And people say, well, it rains all the time. No, it doesn't. We have a rainy season, June through September is our rainy season. And it's going to rain, and especially inland. When you go over to Tampa, Lakeland, over to Orlando, it will rain every single day at 1-2 o'clock, every single day. Every day, set your clock to it. It's going to rain for 10 minutes, and then it quits. It'll rain like you've never seen it rain before in your life. But the thing is, you can walk into the grocery store and it's beautiful sunny blue skies. You walk out of the grocery store and you're like, did it rain? Because there's puddles everywhere. Yeah, it rained while you were in the grocery store for 10 minutes. You don't even notice it, So it's like when you're cutting grass, you're in the middle of cutting grass, it starts to rain. You just leave the lawnmower just stop it, leave the lawnmower there, and you walk in the house, wait for it to blow over, which 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then you go back out and continue cutting the grass because it's going to be dry by the time you get back out there. So the only thing I actually worry about here, and if it's raining 9 times out of 10, if I'm cutting the grass and it's raining, I just keep cutting. I don't even stop. I just keep going because it's just one of those things, because unless it's lightning and thunder, forget it. I'm going in the house then. This is the lightning capital of the world. We get more people struck by lightning here than anywhere else in the world, and we get more lightning strikes here than anywhere else in the world. Like I said, lightning capital of the world. Look it up. It's truth. But yeah, but to think that it rains so much here, it actually really doesn't. So, I mean, we get our rain, but nothing. If you compare our rain to rain in Ohio, Ohio gets way, way, way much more rain than we do. So does Kentucky and Tennessee, all those places, they get a lot more rain than we do. So, and it's not all day it rains. It rains for 5 or 10 minutes, then it's done. You just enjoy your day. We don't, up north, it's an all day rain event, or 3 or 4 or 5 days, 7 days. I remember one year, the month of June, out of the 30 days in June that we had, it rained like 29 of those days. It was, yeah, and people are miserable. People are miserable up there because it's so cloudy all the time. There's a secured, maybe I shouldn't say this, it's top secret stuff. Shh, don't tell anybody I told you. Up in Ohio, there is a military base that is a top secret military base up there in Ohio. And they actually, the reason they have the military base there is because out of 365 days in the year, it averages almost 300 cloudy days per year. It's over 300. I think it's like 324 cloudy days a year. So they're actually able to move and do stuff there on that base without being seen by satellites and stuff. That's why it's a secured base, and that's why they have top secret stuff there. But most people don't know that. Shh, don't tell anybody. They probably closed, who knows. But anyways, I mean, seriously, but yeah, so come to Florida, enjoy it. If you move here, don't come down here and cry. Tell me how hot it is all the time and all that crap. Go home. Go back to wherever you came from and cry up there about everything. Be afraid to go outside. So yeah, we have mosquitoes. We have alligators. It's natural, normal, everyday things here in Florida. It's just like birds or whatever. We don't care. It doesn't bother us. So the worst place I've ever seen mosquitoes, oh my gosh, it was horrible, was Erlanger, Kentucky. Kentucky. I remember getting out of the truck, and I was swarmed by a million mosquitoes. They picked me up, carried me off for about 5 feet, dropped me, and then they sucked half my blood out of my body, and I was able to get back to the car to call an ambulance to take me to the hospital, get more blood. But no, it wasn't that bad, but it was seriously bad. And then the second place, worst place I've seen mosquitoes was it was down here in Florida, down in I can't remember now, Sanibel Island or something like that. When me and my wife was down there, and but the mosquitoes are really bad. Not as bad as they were in Erlanger, but they were pretty bad. But yeah, to sit there and the mosquitoes are bad. They're bad everywhere, in the east. So if it's summertime, you got mosquitoes. The winter time and fall, spring, winter in Florida is absolutely gorgeous. Our humidity drops off, your hands dry all up and they crack, which just like they do everywhere else. But the humidity drops off. We don't get any rain. It's like blue skies all the time. And it's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. It's a perfect temperature. You can enjoy yourself and do everything. During the summertime, it's 95 and sunny every day, 95 to 100 degrees every day for 4 months with the chance of a hurricane. And it's going to rain 5 or 10 minutes almost every day somewhere, mainly inland. So we're here on the Gulf Coast. We're right on the beach here. So being right on the beach, most of it jumps over us, passes over us, and we get rain here in Pinellas County. And because we're surrounded by water, it tends to go over us. And it rains here probably about every 3 days, 4 days. So there's 2 pockets in the county where it actually gets more rain than others. But hey, that's the way it goes. But yeah, you know what? I said I was going to talk about something else, and here I am rambling on about the weather and all this crap here, and all the people crying about weather. But you know what? Hey, sometimes you just got to talk about that stuff. So, hey, it is what it is. Might as well just finish my conversation here about Florida, right? So, yeah, we have alligators. I talked about it before. They're wild animals. It happens. But we had a lot of really cool stuff around the area. Wild parrots. We have a lot of wild parrots here. You can, the green conures, the yellow conures. We have macaws. We actually have wild macaws in the area. Cockatoos. Green Amazons, the gray, what are those, gray, I forget the name of them, they're gray though, gray parrots, and those are pretty cool, but and the pink flamingos, peacocks, we got a lot of peacocks. Oh my gosh, the peacocks in some areas are really, really, really bad. We're like in between two places where the peacocks are really, really bad. And when I say they're really bad, there's like hundreds of them in the neighborhood, and the people complain about it because they poop everywhere, and your car will be solid white from these things, and they get on your roof, and but the thing is, we go into the neighborhoods and get all the feathers sometimes when they start dropping them, the males. That's just really cool. But yeah, but there's so much wildlife. It's really cool. There's so much to do in the area. You could live here in Clearwater your whole life and never be able to finish doing everything around this area. We have so much to do, and people, when they're coming to Florida, people are always like, what should we do? Where should we go? One of the things that I look at too is if you have kids, things to think about. This is personal, this is my personal opinion. And research that I've done, and research that I've done in the past, looking at different things. But I will tell you that Clearwater, St. Pete, Pinellas County, Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa, the Tampa Bay area, and Orlando are the most kid-friendly places in the state of Florida. To me, by far. We've been all over Florida, but the Clearwater Beach area, St. Petersburg, like I said, Pinellas County, which is the little peninsula that hangs off the side of Florida there on the west coast. Our beaches are absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. We don't have the big killer waves. And then plus we have the intercoastal waterways where you can go to the beach, like the, what is the name of that place? Right around Sand Key, right on the other side of Sand Key. There's two beaches there. You got Sand Key Beach, which is on the Gulf of Mexico, and then across the street from that, you have an coastal waterway, which the water is really calm and it's really shallow. Great place for kids. You drive out on the beach there. So, when you come down and you rent your Jeep, or you have a Jeep, don't drive down there. I don't know why. Every time I go down there, there's like 3 Jeeps stuck in the sand. For whatever, Jeeps are not good in the sand. Just leave them at home. Bring your Toyota Camry, because I promise you it will do much better in the sand than your Jeep will. But we do get those people all the time that think, oh, I'm in a Jeep. Man, there's probably still Jeeps on the beach stuck there. And I'm sorry that I'm forgetting the name of that little place, but like I said, it's right across the street from Sand Key. So instead of making a left into Sand Key, if you're driving north, you'll turn right. Vice versa. When you come over the bridge, Sand Key Bridge, you can't miss that. So when you get across the Sand Key Bridge from Clearwater Beach, heading south, you'll turn left into that little beach area instead of right. And but yeah, really cool little area. Sand Key's a really neat beach as well. It's a huge beach, really neat, huge beach. Not as busy. There's always parking there as well compared to Clearwater Beach. At Clearwater Beach, though, they do have festival at Pier 60 every night. You can go down there and see the shows. You get the Dallas and Nick show that's there all the time. You got, Nerdy Noah shows up there. You got Aaron Bonk that shows up there. And these guys, these people are all, worldwide famous people. They do shows all over the world. So they're, some of them, Aaron Bonk's been on TV several times. Well, all three of them, they've been on TV several times. So, and you got some like Captain Jack Sparrow shows up down there. But yeah, it's every night, 2 hours before sunset and 2 hours after sunset. So 4 hours every night on Clearwater Beach. You have the Clearwater Festival, Beach Festival every night. And then during the summertime and spring, they show movies on the beach on Friday and Saturday nights. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and there's so much to do in the area. If you come down here to the Clearwater area, man, just know there's so much. There's always stuff at the parks. Dunedin's always got things going on. Downtown Clearwater's got stuff. Fairport, that's up in Ohio. What is it? Safety Harbor. So I'm sorry, Safety Harbor. So Clearwater Beach, downtown Clearwater, Safety Harbor, Dunedin, St. Pete. You got downtown St. Pete. Always stuff going on, all kinds of stuff. So if you have kids, very, very kid oriented in this area, very kid oriented. Not to mention that's just this is on this side in the Pinellas County area. Once you get over to Hillsborough County, which is the Tampa area, we call it the Tampa Bay area. Once you get into Tampa, then in Tampa you have tons of stuff over there. You have the museums, you got Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens is a really cool place to go. It's like part zoo, part amusement park. If you've never been there, highly recommend Busch Gardens. Great prices to get in. They always have deals and stuff like that to get in. Plus you got the Florida Aquarium over there in Tampa. Really big, nice aquarium. Then you have Channelside, which is right there. Channelside is a big, huge area with lots of stuff going on. You got some museums down in that area. So there's so much to do, and not to mention there's an IKEA over there too, and you got Bass Pro Shops. There's all kinds of big, shops and stuff over there over in Tampa. But also, like I said, once again, very kid oriented, very, if you got kids, children of all ages, there's something to do in this area. And then of course, we're only 2 hours, that's because of traffic. It'd be, you can get there quicker. But from Clearwater Beach over to Orlando is a 2 hour drive. And you got everything there in Orlando. You got, whatever. If you're a Disney World person, then that's great. We are not. But you got Disney World, you got Universal Studios. Highly recommend Universal Studios. Really, really cool. Lots of cool stuff there. Man, if you go to Universal Studios, you don't go there for a day. You need 3 or 4 days at Universal Studios, all day long. So there's like 3 different places there. They're very awesome. Highly recommend. They got an area that you can just go in and shop before you actually get into the parks. So a little downtown area. And of course we got downtown Disney, which is no longer, it's Disney Springs now. Disney Springs is a really cool area. Lots of shows and stuff like that, for all ages. But yeah, you can't go wrong. And then don't forget the fishing. There's a lot of fishing in the area. Heck, I'll take you fishing. I love to shark fish. I love shark fishing. So I'm on. There's on Facebook. It's called 1,000 Hours Outside. Everybody there is always looking for things to do. They're always coming to Florida. A lot of people, travel to Florida and they're like, hey, we homeschool. We're bringing our family down there. What's there to do? There's so much to do. Kayaking, canoeing, jet skiing. So go to, I'll get some information. I got some contacts. I have to make sure I got to see if they're open again because I have a contact down there in Johns Pass in St. Pete Beach area, Johns Pass. Right on the Gulf of Mexico. You can get jet skis there for like $55 an hour, $60 an hour. Most every place else is charging $120, $150 an hour for a jet ski. Down here, if you tell them I sent you at Johns Pass, they're like, hey, I'm a local. I send people there. But I don't know actually right now if they're still open or what's going on because after the hurricanes and all that, I actually need to go down and talk to them. But however, if I get that information and they say, yeah, we'll still give a discount, then I'll be more than happy to share it with you guys. But yeah, just there, Johns Pass, another place. There's so many different things to go, different areas. There's little, the little towns, like I said, Safety Harbor is really cool. Dunedin's really cool. Johns Pass is really cool. Oh my gosh, there are so many places in Pinellas County. I mean, so many places. You could you could spend 2 weeks and go to a different little town every day, here in, just in Pinellas County alone. So then right now, this time of year, you got January, February, March, down over in Tampa, they got a manatee viewing area. Just look it up on your phone. It's in, I'm going to forget where it's at. Sorry, I apologize. I wasn't expecting to talk about this, but right there in, outside Tampa, it's probably about 30 minutes from Tampa south, off what I can't remember. That's 301 41 right there. The manatee viewing area, that's a really cool place. It's free. It's right there at the power plant. There's a power plant right there. So but right now the manatees, the water's really, really warm there because of the power plant, and the manatees, there's like hundreds, if not thousands of manatees that come in there. And it's a really cool place to go and check out the manatees. Also up in Crystal River, you got you can go, up in, let's see where the mermaids are up there. I'm right there where the mermaids are. I don't know the name of these places. Sorry. You like I said, if you look it up, just look at mermaids in Florida and, Pasco County, it will bring it right up, and right on US 19, alternate 19 there, or US 19. But the manatees there, or there's a river right there, right at the mermaid area, and you can kayak and canoe up the river there. The water temperature is at 75 degrees all year long, no matter what it is. It's always 75 because it's a natural spring. And then it takes about 4 hours to get down the river there, and you'll see manatees and alligators and all kinds of stuff. And there's some places you can stop and swim. Of course, if it's cold outside, I don't recommend swimming, but when it's 90 degrees outside, it's very awesome. They got some rope swings and all kinds of stuff along the way. It's really cool. Up in Ocala, there's all kinds of cool stuff up there to do. Kayak and canoeing. You got a lot of lakes. Rainbow River. There's so much to do in this area. With especially, like I said, kayak and canoeing. All over Pinellas County, there's all kinds of places you can rent kayaks and canoes everywhere. Heck, people just show up. They just show up. Sunshine Skyway Bridge. Highly recommend. When you go across the highway, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, I like the south side of the bridge more than I do the north side. But both sides are really cool. But the south side of the bridge, you can actually park there at the rest area. So as soon as when you get across the bridge or before you go across the bridge, there's a rest area there. There's a rest area on both sides. So when you stop there, and it's on the south side of the bridge, you can walk out, I swear, 2 miles in the water. It'll be waist deep. And there's so much wildlife there in the water. So it's a really cool place to stop. And so when you park, you'll see a railing across there. You just go to the end of the railing closest to where you entered, the rest area, right when you first came in. There's a spot where you can go down in there. So they actually made the gate or the fence bigger, or whatever you want to say, the railing. But it's even cool if you don't want to get in the water. You can there's a long walkway right there. You can look in the water and see fish and sharks and squid, everything, you name it, squid, shark, starfish, all kinds of wildlife there in the water. It's a really cool place. And if you go out in the water, and don't forget to do the stingray shuffle, that means drag your feet, like in the water. You don't want to if you can step on a stingray, and they'll get you, they'll sting you, they'll stab you is what they'll do. But really cool place. And then of course, you got down in Clearwater Beach area, you got the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. I just think it's a bit pricey. Their prices are a bit high for what you get there, but it is cool. They do some things. They got a lot of really cool stuff that they do, and if you behind the scenes stuff is really cool. I think that's, if you can go there and you can do the behind the scenes stuff, I think that's really a better part of it there when you can do that. We've had tours all over that thing, and they talk about the movie and everything else, and give you details. So it's really cool. So yeah, if you're coming to Florida, check all that out. Just like I said, there's so much to do in this area, so much to do, and it's very kid friendly. If you don't want to be bothered with kids and you're like 35 and over and you want a less kids area, Naples, Florida is a good spot for that, to just, wind down and just know and understand that Naples, Florida, they close like around the pier and that stuff like that. A lot of the stores actually are not open for the summertime. They're only open during the wintertime because of all the snowbirds. Unless things change, I haven't been down there in a little while, but a lot of things are closed during the summertime. But yeah, if you're 35 and over, you don't want to be around all the kids. Like Clearwater Beach is full of kids. And this area, it's got a lot of kids on the beach. It doesn't bother me. They don't bother you. Everything's good. Now spring break, it's nothing but teenagers. College kids, teenagers. That's during spring break. It is nothing but that. So I'm not sure how Naples is during that time, but like I said, I do know that Naples is basically 35 and over. So it's an older crowd. Yeah, there's kids down there, but it's not kid oriented like Pinellas County is. Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, and then basically just from here where we're at from the beach over to Orlando, this is a very kid friendly area. Lots and lots of stuff to do with the kids, and family friendly, everything. Speaking of which, if you go over to Orlando, I'm not Mr. McDonald's, but there is a McDonald's. The world's largest McDonald's is in Orlando, right there by Universal Studios, walking distance, I think. You got to hit that up. You got to hit the world's largest McDonald's right there. It's 2 floors or 3 floors, I can't remember. They got a big, huge arcade there, and the food there is a little bit different than any other McDonald's. You can get pasta, you can get pizza, really good pizza there, and then of course you got your regular McDonald's food, and then they got some out of this world pastries and stuff like that. The desserts is wow. So yeah, if you're there in that area, you got to hit that McDonald's. The kids will love you. It's anybody. If you are a McDonald's person, hit that McDonald's. There, the world's largest McDonald's there. There's so much to do though. So much to do. Don't forget Gatorland. That's a really fun spot. And if you're a Florida resident, if you live in Florida, if you don't know this, make sure you ask for a Florida resident discount. I can't say I can't talk for everybody, but I do know that we've gotten in the zoo. We get special rates for the zoo a lot of times. Putt golf, we get 50% off a lot of places. We went to Gatorland, 50% off at Gatorland. So you have a lot of benefits. If you're a Florida resident, you have a lot of benefits. Ask for that Florida resident discount. You'd be amazed on what you'll get. And especially like for Busch Gardens, stuff like that, it's cheaper to buy a season pass to go to Busch Gardens, than it is just to buy, for a day. So you can actually pay for a day and play all year. So for Busch Gardens, it's really cool. So they got all kinds of stuff. Disney World as well, Universal Studio, all those places have Florida resident discounts. So restrictions apply. Yeah, so just, check it all out. It's really cool. But yeah, in this area, there's so much to do. It's so much to do. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. The stores, the different things, the different areas. I really have to say this too. If you go to Orlando and you're in the Orlando area, you got to go to Old Town. Old Town there is, they got a lot of really cool shops, a lot of neat things in that area, and they have cruise-ins every weekend, huge cruise-ins. And I don't know if he's still going there, but Bigfoot, not the monster, but the big truck, Bigfoot, the big Ford 4x4, he's actually showed up there He used to go there a lot more often than he does now, I believe. But he is known to be showing up there. But yeah, I think almost every night of the week they got something going on at Old Town. But yeah, you gotta hit that place. And yeah, like I said, there's so many different places. Some of the hotels, heck, you could go to some of the hotels there in Orlando and just not even leave the hotel. You know, some of the hotels we went to were just out of this world, just really awesome. Some of the stuff that they had there were just like, you're like in a city of its own. The Gaylord Palms, holy cow, that is like, I don't know, it's like a city by itself. If that right there, we were there for a week, and just it's amazing, so a bit pricey, but just there's so many different things. But I'm trying to think of the other one, the other hotel there. Heck, we stayed at a Holiday Inn that was really awesome. They had just an awesome pool. It was a water park, and they had putt golf, and they had basketball courts, everything. So there's oh my gosh, why am I forgetting? There's a name of another place over there. They have fishing and all kinds of stuff. It's a huge place. They have, I think, 4 or 5 pools. It's a big center. A lot goes on there. I don't forget the name of the place. Shingles Creek. Shingles Creek is the name of that hotel. The Rose in Shingles Creek. That is a really nice hotel. Really nice hotel. Lots of nice pools. They have fishing there. And if you have a helicopter, they have a helicopter landing pad. So you can take your helicopter and, you might want to call ahead though, just saying. But yeah, they have a helicopter landing pad. I'd imagine that the Gaylord Palms probably also has a helicopter pad as well, because of the events that they host there. I can pretty much guarantee you that if you're coming in on a helicopter, you can stop at the Gaylord Palms or Rose and Shingle Creek in a helicopter. Lots of valet guys are really good there. But yeah, it's just there's several hotels in the area, but we've only stayed at the 3, those 2, and then the Holiday Inn, with the huge, awesome water park. And it was a big room too. It was heck, we had a full kitchen and everything. It was a nice place. It was 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. I can't remember. Might have been, I don't know. I had more than, I think it was a 3 bedroom. So full kitchen, everything at the Holiday Inn. But yeah, so anyways, lots of places. You're not going to stay at a hotel, but hey, if you do and you're hotel people and you want to spend the money, then by all means, lots of cool stuff. Some of those restaurants like the Gaylord Palms and the Rose and Shingle Creek, they have a lot of really awesome restaurants in there. Really good restaurants. And both of them just really awesome restaurants. So you're not gonna go hungry. The Holiday Inn had some really nice. They had some good places too. So yeah, they're all set up. But yeah, so just they're all dog friendly as well. That's another big thing. People wonder, they're dog friendly. So if you're dog people like we are, you can take your little dog with you. And have a good time at in Orlando. Also, too, if you're traveling and you're in the Orlando area and stuff like that, there's I really wish I remember the name of these people that they dog sit for you for the day. There's a lot of those. There's places in Orlando and of course Clearwater and stuff to watch your dog for the day. I keep telling my wife we need to get into doing that. Start watching dogs, and when people come here, have a dog dog sitting area, and have it so people can drop the dog off, and we'll take care of them for the day. I'm talking too much. My voice is getting dry. So, I was actually thinking about talking about something else, and here I am rambling on about all this stuff in Florida. So I just figured I'd throw it out there. The reason, because I keep every time, like mainly when I'm online with 1,000 hours outside, good old Jenny there. She started that, and if you don't know, look it up. 1,000 Hours Outside. She's got books. They got her and her husband. They have products and books, and they really fun people. They tell you it's about going outside, being outdoors, and being on vacations. And then, of course, the Facebook group, 1,000 Hours Outside, they always got people that are sitting there wanting to know more information about the area. Where should we go? What should we do? So I guess that's what kind of sparked this for me right now and today, because I'm constantly seeing people saying, hey, we're coming to Florida. What should we do? So here I am to tell you, kid-friendly places are Clearwater, St. Petersburg, Tampa, Orlando, and Dinosaur World sits in, they're in Plant City on Route 4 between Tampa and Orlando is Dinosaur World. That's a really cool place too to go. So yeah, there's so many different things. And then you got the Strawberry Festival, that'll be coming up, I think, in March. And then you got the State Fair that's coming up here in a few months, actually might be a few weeks now. I can't remember when the State Fair is. But I know that's coming up soon here in the Tampa Bay area. And so there's lots to do, lots and lots to do, in the area between here and Florida, or here and Orlando. Now, I'm not picking on Daytona. Daytona to me is not a kid-friendly area. They hold, and they're usually dead there. Every time we ever go to Daytona, it's dead unless there's an event going on. If we go there, if I'm over there for race week, for the NASCAR races, stuff like that, of course, that week is packed full of people and lots of things to do, but it's not really kid oriented. It's, race car people oriented. And then, of course, you have Bike Week. Bike Week is nothing, that's definitely not kid oriented. But it's safe for kids, just don't want to take them everywhere. But yeah, of course, if you're into cars, you want NASCAR, you want, what do they call that? Why am I forgetting that? Speed Week. I think that's what they call it, Speed Week there. But it's all week, a whole week of nothing but racing. There in Daytona, for the Daytona 500. That's the last race of the week. They start on the Monday, and they go all week until the next weekend. And Daytona race on Sunday. They got the race on Saturday, and then they have the truck race on Friday. Of course, during the Bike Week, they also have a lot of events there at the Daytona Speedway, but all of Daytona is packed. But if there's not an event going on in Daytona, there's not really nothing there. There's not a whole lot there. Now, I'm not saying don't go there. I say if you're coming to Florida, visit every place you can. Go to all these places, visit these places. We try to go. We were just in Miami. We want to take a ride. We want to go down to West Palm Beach area. So we're talking about going back to Miami again. We want to go to Key West. But we've been to Naples and Marco Island and Fort Myers, and of course, and also too, you got NASA, SpaceX over here over there as well, and Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach area is really cool. And then you got further north, you have the I'm gonna forget the name of it. So sorry, but like I said, so much to do. There is so much to do, so many places to see. And if you got your kids, that's one thing, but I like I said, if you have kids, I'm just throwing it out there that I believe, and I'm saying that from personal experiences, from everything we've done, Pinellas County is definitely where where everything is. And Tampa Bay area, Orlando area, just Orlando over to the beach, on the, west coast of Florida is where you definitely want to be with your kids. So, I just want to throw this out there. I'd like you to check out my website, raisreality.com. Check it out. And, got all my information on there. You can see all my episodes from there. There's a link there. You can, check everything out. If you have any questions, you need prayer, you have any comments, whatever, you can leave them down below, or you can go to my website and if you want to email me, you can email me through there. It's can do it all from the website. So, and we also take donations, and we ask you for your support. So if you could support us, support me, really appreciate it, because that's all I do right now is just this. And hopefully I'll start getting more people out there checking me out. Yeah, like, share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, tell everybody. Come check me out. I got all kinds of useless information. That's what I do. I try to talk about a little bit of everything. If you would like to hear more of something, please, by all means, let me know. I would love to talk about whatever you want to hear. If you want to know more information about Florida, I will be more than happy to find out all kinds of information about different things in the area to be able to help you out with it all. So just remember, coming down here, and like I said, depends on what you want to do. There's so much to do. So much to do. If you want to go fishing, shark fishing, let me know. I will. If I can hook up with you, I will take you shark fishing. Because I love to shark fish. And right now it's a bit cold for me to get out there, but hey, if they're biting, I'll probably go. It won't bother me. Just like I said, if you have somebody that's want to watch this, or you think somebody, I'm going to probably share it with some other areas as well, and just trying to get it out there so people know. It's nice to know about if you're coming to Florida, where to go. Especially if you have kids or don't have kids. If you don't have kids, it doesn't matter. Go anywhere you want. But sometimes I do know people say, hey, we were in Clearwater, but there's too many kids. Do you know, we'd like to be, so I go to Naples, not that you're not nice. There's kids all over the state. There's kids all over the world, but that's not the point. Naples is more adult oriented, especially during snowbird season. So November to May, there's a lot more adults than there is kids in Naples. Beautiful area down there as well. All of Florida's beautiful. Everywhere in the state's beautiful. Well, I say that, but we have our areas there, not nice. So, and then the awesome ride to the Everglades, got to stop along the way and check stuff out, definitely. So anyways, I appreciate you watching, listening, and I'll be back with another show, and I appreciate it. And like I said, if you have any information or want some more information, whatever, just let me know. Feel free to comment, all that good stuff. Like, share, enjoy. And if you're coming to Florida, please enjoy, be safe, watch for alligators. If there's a puddle in a parking lot, there's probably an alligator in it. So just really keep that in mind. And I'm not kidding. Look it up. You'll see. They just removed another Newport Richie. There was an alligator in a parking lot up there. They just removed it from the parking lot. So just keep that in mind. So just always remember that that's what's going on here in Florida. Is we got alligators. They're everywhere. So, all right. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll be praying for you, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.